Salutations, fam. Salutations, my wonderful people. Sorry about that. That was I was gonna start at least 8 minutes earlier, but sorry. Some issues at my parents' place that I was trying to figure out. They called me legit just as I was about to start. Some TV issues. Oh, what it is? So that is partially why I was delayed a little bit. It's been a while since I've seen everyone. It's been a while. Sorry about that, fam. I was sick, a pepperoni. But I'm feeling a little bit better now. You may be able to hear my nose is a little bit stuffy. That's just remnants of what happened. What the fuck is this? Xbox games? What? I don't know what this is. Alright. I don't know what this is, so I won't be looking at it. Alright. I was gonna check on this really quickly. I'll check it on my phone, I guess. It's easier to check it there. Shut up, phone. Yeah, I really did not mean to take so long in the beginning, but you know, pepperoni, I guess a-roni. It's probably going to be pretty calm, especially since I started a little bit later. So I highly doubt that I will be seeing Chris tonight, but that's fine. Situations are as they are. It's partially just because, you know, I was a bit sick-roony, and I was also just kind of taking it easy-esque, and my girlfriend was coming home from a trip, so I wasn't in a rush to start. In a minute. Wasn't I reading something earlier, just a moment ago? I was reading a thing just a moment ago. Where did I put the thing for it? Oh, there it is. Found it. There we go. I guess I'll just put it here right now. I have a little bit too many tabs open right now. Need to figure out what to do with that. Need to figure out. I probably should just. Yeah, let's just do this. Add to bookmark. Sure, just there. I'll fix that later. I think this is already bookmarked. Just trying to reduce a little bit of this clutter shit that's happening right now. Actually, I have this open on my phone. Why do I have this open here as well? Don't need it. All right, there we go. There we go. This is a little bit better. But yeah, no, we're not gonna use too much time here right now to do this stuff. I'm just gonna let a little bit time pass, letting a little bit people drop in here more. Well, I don't think that's too much. Full necessary. I actually didn't even see Paco online, even on Facebook. What has happened to Paco? There we go. But first things first. Oh, shut up. I did do a little bit of screw ups. last time, because I did get the pink seeds and everything like that, but I'm just doing additional planting here for an achievement. To get a certain flower for an achievement, so that's just a sad thing. But as you guys may remember, people might remember, we were here, we just finished ending A, and we're about to start on a playthrough for ending B, which apparently has a lot more story things, and technically seen, we only need to play through the second half of the story to, like, I think only one more time, like this time. And I read that technically seen, to get all of the endings we need, we can technically just save before before we end the game, before we go and fight the last boss of this game, of this ending. So we're just gonna do it kind of like that. I am still angry as all fuck that I am. I'm at 92%, and I literally think I cannot finish this quest ever. I can actually check for shits and giggles for it, but I don't think there's a point, because we're probably gonna get like, yeah, no, you can't do it. I am also drinking some slight drinks, a beer. I'll not share brand. I will not do brand battles. It's beer that's preference of my girlfriend, so you know, there's that. Oh. I also like it, but it's not like my favorite beer. Oh. Yeah, there we go. These guys are a little bit chunkier than last time we fought them at this time. But I think that's because technically speaking we're like in a not exactly New Game Plus, but kind of like a, yeah, we're doing this again kind of thing. I think it's probably to make the challenge like more stable, I guess. Oh, fuck off. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. I don't think there's like nearly as much reason specifically to do any like, there's no really reason to do farming or anything like that. We're just kind of just having fun with the fighting right now. But I kind of want to try to get I don't think I actually need to get more words for achievement's sakes, but it'd be nice to get like the words that make my attack stronger. There's one more word that will make me do 30% more damage. So there's that. But we will be kind of steamrolling a lot more through this part, because we don't need to do any side quests or anything like that. I don't think we need to do also any specific, what is it? I don't think we need to do any other specific things for this side. Like, so this will probably take a lot shorter overall. I will say though that the Force of Myth thing with the fucking letter like fucking tree or story, whatever, like fucking dream world or whatever, that shit, you know, I'm still not looking forward to that stuff. I was not a fan of it in the beginning. It's so long. We took so much text I mean, it's an interesting choice though that it decided to do that instead of just doing a cutscene, which would have taken a lot shorter. But it's not like a actual complaint thing. It's mostly just because I'm reading everything for everyone, so you know. But don't take what I'm saying about the text thing as an actual complaint. I was just getting tired of reading it. But it's not an actual complaint towards the game. But also, like, you do skip a lot of the second part of the game because you don't need to go and save her kinda again, nor do you need to go through the part with Emil, so you're only at the part where you're about to go and collect fragments, I think, just before that, because we're about to go and talk to the sisters. I highly doubt that I'm gonna be able to do the thing that, like, get the quest thing that I wanted to do, because I'm gonna find it real sad. I don't need any of that. I kind of want to also just see if I can collect money. So I'm gonna try not to buy unnecessary things. Don't really need the recovery potion. I think I'll sell the bounty fertilizer because I'm not going to be using that anymore. I don't think I need the gold seed. Don't think I need them at all. Sell them. I'll buy them if I need them. I need the indigo and the red ones. So the ones I need, and I also need peach. So, you know, I got a bunch of peach though. Oh, oh yeah, these flowers do actually catch quite a price. So if I get wrong flowers, I might as well harvest them. Aquatic plant. Is there anything I don't need? Anything I don't need? I was also thinking about trying to use some time on the side to collect things for items so that I can buy. I think I can just sell a bunch of this so that I can buy like upgrades for the blade weapons and stuff. Let's just sell 8 of these. We're gonna sell 50 of these. Because we're probably gonna get a lot of them again. Yeah, we do not need that much. 59, yeah, sure. Actually, probably like let's go with 69. 6. Because that's way too much crap that we have here. We do not need this much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Titanium alloy we might actually need, and memory alloy. I don't want to touch those things. I'm uncertain about this coloring book thing, but I'll keep some for now. Sorry about that. You might hear I'm a bit nasally, and my voice may be a little bit weird. It's just because like I'm mostly recovered, but my like nose is still very much like plugged, and I'm still kind of still recovering, but I'm mostly fine. Oh yeah, we can get the eagle eggs now. We need to go and get those. Sell these items. All right, sweet. do I need anything specific from this thing here? Not really. Alright. I don't need a fish. So, that's good. Only reason for me to fish is to get money, I guess. And I really don't need money that much. I'll buy 3 just to be safe in case somebody go and like need to get upgrades. I'll at least have some options if there's anything that requires pearls. That was an accidental double jump. Okay, I don't think there's anything for me here specifically. Ah shit, I did not need that. Alright, guess I'll throw that away. Trying to minimize what I don't like. If I don't need to have it on me, I just don't want to have it on me. Alright, there we go. Well, now comes the thing I was about to check. Talk to this motherfucker over here. He's probably gonna say like, oh man, I was too late about that with my girlfriend. Now she hates me. Now she doesn't want to have anything to do with me. Oh my god, I suck. Yeah. It just tells me how shallow your relationship is. I'm actually gonna do one thing before I continue the quest. Is I'm gonna go to the Airy. That was new. God, but why see us such good friends? They're always together. Sometimes I wish I could travel with good Poil. There we go. Fuck yeah! Masterful tactician. Driving equal to goods. Oh. Because there are eagle eggs that I need, and I don't know how many in Nier. How Replicant eagle eggs needed. How many eagle eggs do we need? Ha ha! Ho ho hee hee. 5 in all. Alright, so we need 5. So I guess I'll just deal with that really quickly, because, you know, the area is gonna get destroyed. And I don't want to deal with that. Ah! There. Wait. What was that? Oh, there's a lot of these small boys. Oh, look at that. Don't even know what hit him. Oh, whoop. God damn it. Give me one more. Sorry about that, fam. I was being asked housing advice. So weird. Breckman was asking me if the Muffin Man was asking me if about some advice and instructions on some housing issues and things. Because he's looking into it, just kind of out of curiosity kind of thing. Since I've recently bought a house and he was thinking about some specific things that I'm very familiar with because I had to deal with a lot of it when I was buying my place. Because I had to take, I took 3 loans specifically for our place. It sounds like, it might sound like a lot, but it's kind of difficult to explain easily, so I will not go into detail about it, but it's like, one of the loans is meant to specifically help people trying to buy their first apartment, and it has certain guidelines to it that assures that it's not misused and stuff like that. So for example, like you can only have a certain amount of like income and stuff like that, so that not anyone can just use it. It's for specifically people that are financially struggling and or at least are like alone in buying, or yeah, just don't have the same financial support as some other people in. And it's supposed to lower the lower your just monthly lower the amount of that you need to pay back when you pay monthly for the bank loans you're taking. But in addition to that, however, like when you have to pay back this 3rd loan, it's like paid back in full, which isn't so much as a problem because most people just go to the bank and just take adjust their housing loan to incorporate it, because then they can like do that. Big issue is that basically here, when you're taking loans, you can only take a certain amount of percentage, and for example, if you want to buy a house, you will have to own at least 50% of the house's cost so that you can qualify for a loan. But this 3rd loan essentially is made so that you only need to own 5%. But but they will loan you up to 20% extra, so that instead of needing to own the minimum of 15, you will own 25. You will have 25%, and that will lower basically your debt to the bank. So essentially, by the time you need to pay that back, you will be in a much better financial spot normally. In also some other like but for example, you are not allowed to rent out your apartment when you do this stuff, and you are also you need to live there. It's like specifically in the terms of terms of agreement and stuff like that, terms of conditions, whatever. And it is a service to help people buy it. And as long as you live there, it's fine. There are other things that you need to have in mind when doing it, and the house that you're buying needs to fit very certain qualifications. But like, I won't go into the qualifications specifically here. But the thing is, like, if you sell your apartment before the loan period is over, which is 10 years, it can be extended to 25. You just need to apply for extension when deadline is coming close. Wow, I fucking brain farted. But yeah, you just need to pay you can apply for extension essentially when the time comes, but if you sell the apartment, for example, you'll need to pay the loan then, and it doesn't have like additional like interests or anything like that, but it depends on the apartment value what you need to pay back. For example, you buy an apartment for let's say, just to keep the example very simple, I'm gonna use very unrealistic numbers. If you buy an apartment for $1,000, and the loan for it was like you owned like $50, and you got a loan for $200, and when you sell the apartment, the value of the apartment has increased to, let's say, $2,000. That means that the 20% the 20% loan you got increases accordingly. So instead of $200, you'll owe $400. But in the same vein, if the value of the apartment is lower, you'll need to pay less. I had something in my throat this entire time, and I was like, oh my god, this is annoying the fuck out of me. I have some yuck in my throat, and I don't like it. But yeah, that's basically how this whole specific loan thing works, and it's an interesting thing, and it is actually quite helpful, but going through the whole process is a fucking doozy. Shit. They really need to optimize the process a lot to make it actually functionable, way more functionable at least. It took way too long waiting for them to go through this process. We had to wait for like 3 months for this shit to finish. It was making us go insane. Pissed us off, pissed me off specifically. We had to wait so long. And like, God bless our fucking our realtor. He was so patient with it, and he was trying his best to help us a lot to try to like escalate things. Felt really weird saying God bless when I'm like Christian. I don't want to talk to any of you. I need to just leave this place and come back. Oh, alright. Oh yeah, I forgot. Last time I did this kind of long jump crap, I had to swing my blade a little bit. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was kind of funny. Just roll, landed and rolled immediately. That fucking startled the shit out of me. I got distracted by a thing. I had Twitter open. Just saw a new thing pop up and I was like, don't distract me, Twitter. I will close you now. Close the Twitter. I really hope that we can get this egg as soon as we can. I know that there's a more efficient way of doing this, but According to what I read though, apparently the only spot where it spawns is near the mayor's place, so at least that lowers the places where I need to search. I really hate the area. These are supposed to be like, what, shipping containers or some stuff? There's supposed to be something like that, from what I understood. Like old shipping containers or something. I haven't seen shipping containers that look like that. Whoa! Broken pottery. Tomato set. I'm not talking to any of you. Shut up, people. I don't want to talk to any of you. You folks. And you guys are just ending your own lives. Eagle egg Nier. Where can I find the eagle eggs? Okay. Okay, so it's... Oh, okay. Okay, so that's part down there. So according to what I'm reading, the spot where I was just at is the place where you get it. Oh, fuck. Ah! I made it! The fuck? How did I do that? That made me a little bit terrified. I didn't expect to make that jump. Ah! Oh! Accord! She's in Dragon Guard 3, I think. Beer. Guess I'll use this time to pick up a bunch of things as I go along my route. I'm always kind of just every time I'm going in here just expecting a crater. Wait. There isn't an item there now. There's no reason to go there if there isn't an item. This, I should remember to check every time. If I can see it. There's no point in going up there if there's no item there. Grab the ooh, silver ore. I have a plan that if I finish up all of the things I need to upgrade, I will sell everything. I have no need for it. I have no need for items if there's. Yep, there it is. There's an item there. There's no need for me to have an item if I don't need it. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? Cold pizza? Oh, thank you. I love you. I love you. Hey, hey you. I love you. The smell of lobster is so great. She got herself lobster pizza earlier. And she just gave me some slices. Ah! It smells so delish. Oh. So good. I love lobster. Literally, if I do not count burger with my as my favorite food, which it is, I have a deep love for burger. Just not only in taste, just like emotional one, which is weird. Having a specific emotional taste connection to food. But I don't think I can make this jump, but I'm really curious to see if I can. I can do it! What the fuck? I did not expect that. Holy shit, that makes things so much faster. But yeah. I feel like I always have something in my nose, and I feel like I need to adjust it, and it's annoying. Like, I think lobster is probably my favorite food, with the exception of burger. I definitely think I appreciate the taste of lobster a lot more than a burger, but like I have a specific love for burger, and also very, because I have burgers like a lot more than I have lobster, so you know, you gotta appreciate what you get a lot less, a lot more. Be respectful to the food. I feel like if I don't do this now, I might forget it, and I don't want to do that. The thing is, like, I'm very... Like, I appreciate every burger. Like, there's a... Like, I can appreciate really fancy burgers. I can appreciate really sloppy burgers. There's, like, a time and place for both, for all of them. Okay. If you want, you can have a fancier burger in, like, kind of, like, restaurant settings. But you also kind of, sometimes you just want a sloppy burger. Like... And it's kind of different with people. Some people just don't want sloppy burgers ever, and that's understandable. Like, sloppy burgers are greasy as heck and, like, get all over the place. Sometimes they have veggies, sometimes they don't. They're just kind of like the things you find in those, like, I don't know, like, tiny, like, I guess tiny diners for you Americans, I guess, or, like these, gas station restaurants kind of places. Like, we have a bunch of, like, tiny little, like, what is it called, like, corner store, I guess you could call it, like, the corner stores or whatever. It's like tiny shops, like, where you can get, like stuff while you're traveling and stuff like that. Mostly gas stations with a bit of a shop inside, but like, those places have, like, sloppy burgers are something you do a lot quicker than you do fancier burgers. I put a lot of care into all the burgers I cook. Alright, there's always tomato seeds there, so fuck that shit. It's not even that hard of a jump to make, apparently. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this whole thing. I really like this pizza. It's so tasty. Has a lot of greenery on it. I'm also sorry that I'm eating as I am playing, but I'm streaming. But, you know, you gotta eat the pizza while it's warm, yo. Really don't think this is an effective way of doing this. Alright guys, screw it. This is gonna take too long if I do it like this, and you know, I think we wanna... I'll try to delay going to the area for the quest as long as I can. Whoopsie doopsie. Did not expect them to be without armor. I would have attacked them all if I knew that. This is why I love this boom. She didn't need to give me the pizza. It was her pizza. She gave me like half for pizza, and I was like, "Whoa, you don't need to do that, boo." I did really appreciate it though. It was really tasty. Really tasty, real good. Really like this pizza. It's a lobster pizza. With spinach and stuff on it. Spinach, mushrooms, and lobster. And some other, like, I don't know what the sauce is, but it's like kind of like similar to a yogurt sauce on it. It's kind of nice. I think the flower. Oh, there they are. They are fallen. I didn't even see them fucking rise. That's weird. One set of pink. I'll plant them later. Plant them at the after I end the stream, probably. There's no need to plant them now. But I'm gonna harvest them now, so to make sure that I won't miss the seeds. Do do dum dum. There we go. Et voilà.
よ、意外だな。もう声をかけてもらえないかと思ってた。
いいえ、あれは村のためだと分かっています。
そうだな。じゃあポポルの元にも行ってくれ。魔王のことで話があるそうだ。
今から会いに行きます。
Alright, you android lady.
なんだ。
俺も昨日は取り返しすみません。
お前が謝る必要はないさ。彼女たちにも。
ちゃんと伝え。
Really don't need to go through that as slowly. We'll just look at the newer parts of the story slowly and steadily and just kind of enjoy that. Otherwise, we'll just steamroll it. I'm actually kind of curious about this room here right now. Oh.
なんだこの
さあ。これは
よくでき
Interesting. So it emptied out the room.
ポポルさん。
あ。
昨日はごめんなさい。
どうして。あなたは何も悪くないわ。
でもポポルさんたちも悪くない。村のみんなのためなのに辛く当たってしまった。
優しいのね。ありがとう。気にしないで。
そういえば何か話があるとか聞いたのだが。
ええ。石の神殿があったでしょ。
我のいたところだな。
Ah.
魔王の居所はそことつながっているらしいの。
Okie dokie.
東大元暮らしか。
でもあそこに渡る橋は通れなくなってるんじゃ。
Oh, the bridge is usable. The door isn't.
船。
ようやく魔物からの石の神殿鮮度これで
ありがとうございます。ポポルさんに本当に。じゃあ
気を
Oakley dokley. I'm not sure I can speed through the fight as much as I wanted to. I think I need to watch some of the possible new cutscenes, and I know that the timer for boss battles starts pretty fast. I think it starts when the cutscenes start, which is really dumb, or at least it continues during cutscenes if it happens in the fight.
それだけ早くヨナに近づけるってことだ。遠慮なく使わせてもらおう。
Hey, buddy. We going to the lost shrine. We going to the lost shrine. Got Poil made a new friend, and guess what? He's a king. I wish I had some friends. Holy shit. Wow. That's a little bit sad. If only I could have jumped from above and tried to hit into this place, because you can technically do that, but the game doesn't allow you to jump down. Oh. Interesting. Hmm. Interesting. Bada 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 bum bum. Jump, 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 jump up, jump, 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 jump up. Very easy to get up here when there's nobody attacking you. Shiz. Shit. Da, 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 da. There's probably 2 more cutscenes like that, at least. Hmm.
ようやく血を浴びれるな。嬉しいだろかいね。
うるさい。話しかけるな。
殺しがしたくてうずうずしてたんだ。
Bruh, attack someone else and me. There's 3 people here. Don't need to really attack me like they. You Rudy poopies. You poopy Rudies. Fuck off. You're dead. We're running to the top. Oh, wait. I don't want to leave any of these guys alive. I want the juicy, juicy XP and possible words. I really hate the fact that I need to jump to get him. Kind of annoys the fuck out of me. Nope, that was accidental. But yeah, fam, sorry that I've been unable to stream this week. It's just because I've been very sick. I was really sick. I had no voice really on Wednesday. It was a sucky day, and I was horrible health-wise on on Friday. Not really capable of doing anything that required attention for a while. I was basically asleep by the time I was asleep about 9, kind of like just around 9-10ish, I think. Maybe a bit later. I was not mentally there, at least. He's shocked. Kinda want to switch over to the what's it called, the Dark Hand, but currently it is a little bit better to have the lance, because that means I have a little bit range to me and I don't need to switch for it. Lance is mostly to deal with flying things. Alright, so we go. This is what? Medical herb? Yep. Medicine herb. Have some medicine in your bones. Keep never getting the fucking all the small ones. I want to do the fucking thing to them specifically. I run slow-mo because I have magic charged up. Oh wow, that did not use a lot of magic to do this charge up at all. I think this is the path forward. Yeah, that's it. Push, 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 push. So is there? Oh wait, what? Huh? The shades are telling us to turn back?
何か通常の魔物と動きが違うようだが
体の機能が完璧でない者たち。
そういえば聞いたことがあるな。艦全体の魔物が集まっている場所がある。
Oh, it's a place where incomplete shades gather? Okay, that's a thing, I guess. How about you end up being dead? Ooh, twisted ring. I needed that. I also need a bunch of other things, but I needed that. I needed 2 special moves. Is it? My genius. I hate that. I hate that. That's annoying, but I did it anyway like that. I don't even need to do that much work for this. Trying to do these pizzas as fast as I can. Come on, you little bungos, bungo trees. Do your best, bro, but you ain't gonna get me. I totally accidentally dodged back in front of him. Did not mean to do that. Ooh, hello, friends. Come on, friend. Come on, friend. Come on, friend. You're dead now, son. Bump. Yo, bro, that's gonna hurt. This shit was gonna hurt. Yeah. Whatever. Bro, it's like you're pushing me. It's slightly inconvenient. Oh, hoodoo! Alright, up we go. So looking forward to Little Witch in the forest, I think it's called. Yeah, Little Witch in the woods. I treated you all poorly. I mocked you, betrayed you all because you went Gesalt before the change was complete. But after this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our lives. Oh no! I got some sympathy for these shades after we learned they were humanity. We're just killing humanity now, left and right. I have a feeling that Paco is just sleeping.
カイネ、エミール、今度から俺も野宿するよ。
なぜですか？
お前らだけ村に入れないなんて、やっぱりどう考えてもおかしい。不自然だ。
抗議運動というわけですね。
やめておけ。
けど、 このままじゃ俺の気持ちが。
ではその気持ちだけありがたくいただいておきます。
エミール、
この大事な時期に慣れない野宿で体調を崩したら大変ですから。それに僕カイネさんと二人きりでする野宿割と気に入ってるんです。
そういうことだ。邪魔するな。
Got an image to maintain. Why? You all friends here. Why you gotta try to hide who you are? You don't need to hide who you are. You're safe in this zone. This is a safety zone. Friends only. I did not mean to do that.
雑魚が多いな。
蹴散らすぞ。
Oh, can I not save him? Well, probably because there's a bunch of animals. Bunch of animals. Oh, a word. Magical letters. Let's go. I don't want to kill Gretel, but I gotta. I'm sad. I'm mostly Oh, she tried to protect the little ones. Get into the light show. It's a fucking target boss, yo. Stop hurting my friends! I don't want to hurt your friends! Believe me when I say I really don't want to hurt your friends. Come on, bro. I got nothing else to fight. I gotta kill you, not your little fucking tiny friends. And I really don't want to do it, but you know, it's shit's like that, yo. Shit's just kind of like that. There we go. Heck, yes. That's a very minor hand for this dude. Yeah, punch him with the blade. Don't stab her. No, we have not felled the beast. I don't want to cut the cutscene here because I don't know if something new is gonna happen. Like if she's gonna say something new or some stuff. Is this supposed to hurt? Come on, bro. We got this. Easy. Kai. Let's do it. Get banked. Get bonked. Get dunked. Oh no, Kaine! That sucks! Oh no, don't die, Kaine! Oh no! I totally don't know how this ends! Oh no, please, Kaine! No, that's just a freak accident kind of crap. Sorry, Gretel, I gotta kill you now. There we go. Speedy as I could be. I do feel for you though, Gretel. I really did not want to do that. I really did not want to kill you. You were kind of like, I kind of fell for you. If only we could talk. If only we could have talked this through. We didn't need to kill each other, yo. This is totally could have been unnecessary. We could have skipped this whole thing. We could have been like, yeah, cool, we good. We don't know shit. We don't know what your life is.
今傷の手当て
この傷はもはや
Oh my god, what are we gonna do? Oh my god, she's gonna go berserky herky. I forget.
なんだこれは
カイネ、お前も終わりだよ。
You got it, boo. You got it, babe. Let's do this. Teamwork. Friendship is magic, like they say. Come on. Come on, Kaine. We don't got time for this shit. Yeah, we done. Oh, true friend. Cool. I beat her so fast. That sounds so bad. I defeated her so fast.
私は力を抑えることができなかった。もうお前たちと
ずっと一緒にいますよ、僕は。また魔物化したら今みたいに止めます。何度だって何度だって止めます。何度だってカイネさんに戻ってきてもらいます。僕、カイネさんがいるから野宿も本当に楽しかったんです。カイネさんが褒めてくれるからこんな姿でも生きていられるんです。
Yeah, Kaine, you ain't just gonna leave us behind, yo. Not a chance.
強くなれるんです。頼ってばかりの僕だけどカイネさんの仲間なんです。
泣くな、エムル。ありがとう。もう大丈夫だ。
You got impaled by something straight through your chest. But you're fine. That's okay. I get it. You a hardy lady.
あそこは
Shablam, ba-da-ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. Grab the thingy. I don't know what it is, but we're grabbing it. Oh, what do you mean? I actually do know what it is. Mysterious stone fragment.
これはなんだ
さあ読めないな
It's kind of weird that is the key here. Like, why wouldn't it be like parts of a key or something? I don't know. It's weird.
使えるやつだポプルにでも聞いてみろ
How you're the book here? You should have all the ancient knowledge in your brain pages, I guess. If a book was living like he is right now, does that mean like his pages work like the brain, so every time you learn something new, it just comes right, is written down in the book. It doesn't really matter whether it's written down as comprehensible text or not. It's just, it's written in the book. Could be, might be written as ciphers, or just as like a bundle of letters, or just bundle of words, whatever. Okay, okay, okay.
これを見てもらえる？わかる範囲の手に入ったの。石の神殿、あと4つ。Nier、気化、記憶、中枢、このうち。
This weird piece of paper that you have here. I don't understand how you have it, but you know, it's on. It's a very direct way of understanding that, but alright, do it as you will. Alright, I think what we will do is... I think I might do like one place tonight, and we'll, because I have a feeling like if I get on a roll, I'll just finish everything. And my voice is not 100% back, right? But it's still here, you know, I got it. But I feel also because I'm gonna try to get like gear and shit, so I think I'm gonna try to unlock like Edward Junk Heap. So yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I might do only the robot heap, the robot stuff, if I can help it. Because I don't want to finish the whole robot place. I want to be able to go to the Airy, and I think the Airy is immediately after finish the forest and stuff, so I don't want to completely finish it. Like if I can finish the heap, that's fine. But I don't want to finish the forest, so I don't think I need actually anything here. I might spend some like time while I'm growing some flowers and some shit, collecting things. Or actually, there's not really that much rush in trying to get that. I could technically see and always do it even like after I do the save thingy, before I do the final thing. I have a feeling like, you know what, screw it. I'm not gonna let like fucking stuff like that hold me back on finishing the game, at least for the stream. I'll just do that on the side, because it's kind of funny that I haven't even leveled up once since we started this secondary part of the story. Also, I have no clue how long this next part might be because of extra story bits. Whoop. Yeah, you did. I can still smell lobster in the room. It's making me crave lobster. Lobster's not something I eat a lot, so you know, it makes me crave it. I was so surprised when I tried lobster for the first time. It's like one of the things we have during Christmas. It's like always on Christmas. And there's been 2 times at least where we've not had lobster. We had lobster soup once. And holy shit, I was so disappointed. Like, I'm not a fan of soups. And lobster soup is just like a disappointment in a bowl for me. I was so sad. Cause like for me, I know it's gonna sound really weird, but like Christmas hasn't really for me the highlight of Christmas is the lobster. It's like a very special part of Christmas for me. And every time, I think it's like 2 or 3 times where you haven't had lobster, it just totally disappoints Christmas for me for such a, makes me genuinely sad and disappointed, which is really weird for like Christmas, but like it is genuinely what I look forward to the most. So every time I'm like, why?
どこ行った逃がすなここで仕留めておくんだ
Why do like the assaults look so weird? God dang it. So sad. So cry sad. I don't know. Oh man. So shades you kill, they will never return, apparently. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. BB. Makes me feel so bad about the things we do to them. But how are we supposed to know? We have no way of knowing. We're just learning that afterwards, after we killed them the first time, and now we have to do it again knowing. Oh, I cry. So sad.
ここならいっぱい機会がありそうだね。
これだけあっても使える機械はほんの一部さ。
見て見て、こっちはまるで新品だ。
慌てるな、足元に気をつけて。
大丈夫。
まずい。
え？あ、
逃げろ！
Oh man. Poor bro.
お兄ちゃん！やだ！お兄ちゃん！お兄ちゃん！
Ugh. That sound was not nice. So he's only gonna, yeah, he only blames it because they were there.
大きな音を立てると今みたいな事故が起こる。侵入者1名。
I'd asked Evola if hooch tastes good, and she said it's the best thing in the world. She said we can have some together when I'm all grown up.
ロボット山か。あの兄弟に話を聞いてみよう。何か知って
Stay order.
おるかもしれぬしな。
What chapter? 22. 13 chapters. Hey, bro.
いらっしゃい。
弟の方か。久しぶりだな。
兄さんは元気か。
実は4年前に事故で。
Everything happens 4 years ago in this game.
そうであったか。
いいんです。
ちょっと聞きたいことがある。
Nope.
何ですか。
この辺りで魔物のしかも普通のやつ。
そういうのが出たとは僕は。
そうならいい。
You okay, bro?
実は強力なあなたなら。
しろ。
良いではないか。
Don't we already have this weapon? Shh. Things happened the second time around. Fourth wall breaking.
ええ。歯の部分が随分傷んでいるので。
直せる。
はい。
なら
よかった。捨てて必要な素材は形状記憶地下2階にいる大型の敵。あとこちらが地下2階に行くためのパスコードで。
わかった。
必要な素材地下2階にいる大型。
わかった。
ところで本日はどんなご用ですか。
Strengthen. Damascus steel. Nice. Oh, need some dented metal bats and more broken arms. I just sold a bunch of that, but that's fine. Yeah, let's do this because it finishes this one totally. Ooh. Sure, let's do that. Does this use? Okay, we'll do that. Oh, do that. Reform specialist. done with a lot of that stuff. The bomb. Blade of Treachery. Alright, this sword has a little bit left. Forlorn Necklace and Pyrite. Oh, actually, those are not that hard to come by. Pyrite and Rusted Clump. Alright, the Pyrite is not too hard to come by. The Rusted Clump is another thing. I need to fish that shit up. Again, Pyrite and Iron Ore. Not that hard. Eagle Egg is another issue, but broken earrings, I've gotten those from time to time from those spellcasting motherfuckers, I guess. No, don't do that. Phoenix Dagger. This will just come with time. That's so easy to do. Subdued Bracelet. I don't know how to get that, but holy shit, the damage. But it lower... Oh, it does lower magical power. Oh, wait, what? Is it... What? What is it? What is the... Oh, I was like, what? Got really confused for a moment. Subdued Bracelet. Fang of the Twins. Meteorite. Oh, actually, there is one thing we can do. There is one thing I can do, and that's going into the memory thing. Probably smart to do that after we go in, after we get to a certain point, I think. Pyrite. A lot of these require pyrite. Ooh. I think I know this one. I think that's a reference. Why is Rusted Clump such a fucking fan favorite thing? We need to go here. I think we'll do that, and once we get out of that, we'll just head to... I'm gonna head back to the village, and I'm gonna go into the book. Go into the memories of Mama and Papa, whatever it was. The memory book with the door things and crap. Because there are weapons in there that I need. I totally just forgot about that. The memory came back to me. I know it. I already possess it, but I'm still gonna do the thing here. Mostly for gear. Oh my god, I keep doing this crap, and by the way, I'm pressing circle, but he still jumps up and makes me annoyed every time. Broken antenna. That takes me to a dead end. Alright, so down this path we go. Oh, fuck off. Broken battery, broken battery. Oh. Is the door here open too? Like, kind of sad that they don't die in one go, but you know, it's fine. Mysterious switch. It would make my life so much easier if I could just kill him in one hit like I used to be able to do, but you know, whatever. Yay! All of them are dead. Oh wait, more spawns? I have an itch on my leg and I desperately need to scratch it! Thinking about the next game I'm gonna do here is gonna be maybe one of my favorite Game Boy games. I might play that on here. If I can set it up and make it play properly, I'll do that. Maybe I can do it through like the... Can you do that stuff through the GameCube? Like, I'm not sure how the fucking SP stuff works through the GameCube, so I'm gonna have to look that shit up. I know that my buddy Breckman has some things that might be able to allow us to connect, allow me to connect through the GameCube with some advanced games. GB Advance. We'll figure that shit out. We'll figure it out. No rush. So, whoa, 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 whoa. The fuck was that? I just watched the fucking upper half of that door just disappear. Probably for like the top-down view, but you know, it was so weird seeing it like cut out like that. B2! This, by the way, is my second beer of the evening. I'm feeling a little bit frisky. Please drink responsibly. Ooh, 50% recycled aluminum. environment, kind of 50% environmental friendly.
それで幸せだったのか。弟が笑ってくれたり喜んでくれるだけで幸せなんだ。それが兄ちゃんってやつ。
Ni-chan. Defeated these boyos like it was nothing. Feel like when you do that after you've done it once, you should not have to do it again. It's just they're gonna annoy us every time we do it. But I know they reset the dungeon every time. And to the end room we have arrived. Speed roll. Hop, dop, 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 hoppity, dop, doppity, hoppity, hoppity, dop. Oh. Fuck you, you did not need to beam me, you mother. Oh boy. Ah. I felt like a cough working itself up my throat there for a moment. Alright. Come on, bro. Come on, boop. There we go. I want your delicious guts. Your robot guts. Up. So I had a D&D session yesterday with my normal Tuesday group, but you know, since we haven't been able to play on Tuesdays, we played yesterday. And it ended up with the party splitting. Like, they're in the final arc of things, and they know that there's like 4 to 9 sessions left or so, just depending on what they do. And half the party just wanted to leave because, like, one of the party members wanted to leave to report back to the captain because he was part of the military, and half of the NPCs were going to go with him. Not because they were wanting to abandon the rest of the people, but they were just in a situation where they weren't really equipped, nor, like, some of them just weren't they weren't a part of the army, or they weren't a part of anything, and they just didn't think they were qualified for the situation, which is not understandable. The thing is, like, there's a thing destroying an entire, essentially, rainforest, to put it lightly, and it's the home of one of the players, and she wants to save it. And 3 party members are essentially, very likely 3 are leaving, but like, there's a chance that if the one that wasn't at the session decides to stay, another one who's playing his twin brother will also stay. So, you know, there's that. But the thing is, if they go to the capital, they're literally just leaving the campaign, because they know for a fact that if they leave, it's gonna take a minimum of a week if they survive the trip. While it's snowing like ash-like snow that is killing everything, and it takes about, like, they know that in about a week the entire forest is gonna be dead. And like, if they want to mobilize an army like he wants to try to do, but he has admitted, like the player has admitted, that his character is literally just trying to save his own hide, so that he can have his own ambitions kind of realized later. But he wants to go, and like even if they manage to make it in a week, weeks worth of travel. That's not counting like the possibility of the trip getting delayed a lot more because of the additional snow, because the travel time doesn't take in the snow that's snow like ash that is happening. Which, by the way, this is a rainforest, normally pretty humid and stuff. So he is just planning to leave, and like everyone that's taking decisions know that kind of the result of it. So the ones that are leaving for the capital, like their characters aren't dying, but they need new characters for the campaign, because they will never, like, their characters are gone for good for the rest of the campaign, essentially. And it was like a funny moment, because when they realized, they were like, oh shit, we apparently just left. But one of the characters, Doods, had a kind of a backup character prepped already. He's playing a satyr from one of the Fae villages that they've been to, and that worked out perfectly. It's kind of funny. Made it work. So there's no issue on like this stuff being a problem. But and one of the players is really happy that his character is surviving an entire campaign. But the thing is, like, they had to take a decision about this, knowing without knowing that they might be losing their character for the campaign, but not like they weren't dying. And the one guy that hasn't yet to make wasn't at the session, hasn't taken this decision yet, and he doesn't know what the repercussions are, because like I can't tell him the repercussions but not tell everyone else. So he just I need to know what his decision is before before anything else. But yeah, it was an interesting turn of events, because I didn't expect that to happen as it did. But like, one of the NPCs that stayed behind was the guy that wanted to report. It was his satyr wife, because she wanted to help the forest, and it was a really tough decision for her. But he didn't blame her for it, and she didn't blame him for leaving. It was just like it was a hard decision for everyone. It was just like I know you got this duty, but I can't go, can't in good conscience go with this happening. And he was like, that's totally understandable. We like, and he gave her his wedding ring just so that like in case he would not return, she would have it to remember him by. But if he would return and like she'd be still alive, he would take it back, or if she was dead, she would take it and bury her. The thing is that she wanted to save like because there's a gate to the Feywild in their tavern, which is a living house, like a living house that is connected to the Feywild, and she doesn't want to lose that connection, because that's the way home for her, so that she can see her family again and stuff like that. Well, or her village. She didn't have any like actual family in that village, but you know, because they have roots there. They might like retire there at some point, like she and that character, which is really funny because he was playing a xenophobic dwarf, and he ended up marrying a satyr. It was a hilarious thing. He was like, dwarves are the best. He was not like openly like xenophobic. He was just like, elves suck, dwarves are the best. It was an hilarious. It was funny to watch the interaction between him and the elves in the party, half elves specifically. But it was an interesting seeing like a situation where the party was like so split. And the funniest thing about it, the ones that were arguing, they're a fucking couple. Like, his girlfriend wanted to stay because her character was born and lived in the forest. It was like, that was her home, and she didn't want to see it die. Like, it was everything she knew, and like, like her, because she's part dryad, like half dryad, because her mother is a dryad. She was like, I don't want to like possibly have mom die. Like, what the fuck, man? Don't make me, like, I'm not leaving. It was, and the worst part, she did not. She did her best to try to convince, and I was really proud of her because she's like a, she's kind of socially anxious and stuff like that. So she has a hard time doing like that. But she argued openly and everything. It was hilarious to look at. It was a huge argument, but we were all laughing. Like, everyone that was watching was laughing, and it was all done in good fun. Nobody had any bad feelings afterwards. It was hilarious. And it was so just funny seeing how it ended. Because this could have gone, like, it's just so weird seeing like 3 out of the 6 party members just leave. They were like 14 with all of the NPCs, and now they're just down to 7. There's still a whole lot of NPCs still. No, wait. One of them is a companion, animal companion, essentially. It's a... Three players, an animal companion, 2 satyrs. Oh yeah, and one other player like who lost his character in the previous session took over an NPC. The cook. He's playing a turtle chef who was terrified, but his this is his homeland. He was like a part of the military, like he was the mess sergeant, and he was like, he didn't want to leave and because he know that from what she was saying, like his family was in danger if he would leave, and he was like, oh, it's just funny because he's terrified of danger, and and because the player wanted to play him afterwards, it was kind of cool seeing that character rise up to like just because he was a minor NPC. He didn't really have a lot of speaking. He just taught one of the players how to play, how to cook and stuff. Seeing him become kind of a protagonist role was kind of cool. He decided to stay behind, like even when he didn't know that this was the possibility. He decided he wanted to stay behind and save the forest. Essentially, it was so beautiful to look at. And afterwards, when I told him, he was like, "Oh, that would have been sucked for me if I lost my character." I was like, "Yep." It was kind of great just to watch and see, and nobody felt bad about it. Like that was the thing. When I explained it, they were like, "Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. We're going away from the plot and stuff, you know." I'm happy that nobody was angry about it. Otherwise, I would be like, "Oh, well, we gotta fix this then, because this is the shit that happens." Oh! They managed. One of the players who has a deep connection to the Feywild returned to the Feywild for like a moment through their house and begged their patron, which is an Archfey, for assistance. And one of the new characters, one of the dudes that the guy that was playing the dwarf had wanted to play was, when we were talking about it, we both got the same idea for a backup character for him, for a new character that he immediately latched on, because we both looked at each other, we were like, and he decided that he wanted to be, because he already knew that he wanted to be a bard, and had like another deeper idea that he wanted to do, but like he didn't want to waste that idea on a maybe 4-session campaign, so he took the bard idea and he made a satyr from the village where the other satyrs and NPCs were from. And what they did was, he owed his patron, who was the defender of his like home, a favor, and he essentially just. She essentially just forced him to do the work, and he was like, no, I don't wanna. He's a complete coward and stuff. And so they have now 3 satyrs with them, and it's fucking hilarious. And one of them is the scariest motherfucker I know. He just cries all the time. It's kind of funny, because like, the satyrs that they know are all basically, like, all kind of peaceful and stuff, but but like one of the satyrs they met wasn't in the village they went to later on, because she had way earlier in her life left the village, and because she wanted to become a knight, which was really weird for a Fey creature, and she was granted leave to leave the Feywild to do that, to pursue her dream. Granted by one of the players' patron. And then there was one of the players' wife, who's the satyr. He met and married in that village. It was kind of great. He gave her an apple that gave her that had the if you ate it, an acorn, a golden acorn, that if you ate it, you would gain the luck feat for free. And he gave that acorn to her as a gift, which is like supposed to be like a very important gift in the Feywild. And she was like, oh my god, you are amazing. And they ended up getting married. And their relationship is really good. But it's kind of funny that she ended up joining. But she was also an outsider in the village. I like... Originally, the Archfey kind of offered, like, told him that he'd introduce him to someone nice as a joke, but then suddenly it actually worked, and she was like, "Well, that's good. At least they're happy," and that weirdly worked out for them. That's good for them. But but yeah, they it was a fun time, and but yeah, she was because she was not really a specifically like a world traveler or anything like that, but she was a blacksmith in their village, and she knew a little bit of magic, so I made her be a rune knight. It worked really well for that. Very simplistic. Oh, I knew that you were asleep. Hello, Paco. Hello, lovely. I figured you were sleeping. I figured that's why we were late. What magic do I have set? I totally forget. Ah, rip. rest in sleepies, I guess. But yeah, that was kind of an interesting session and an interesting way to end it. I didn't expect such a, I just didn't expect such a huge decision to happen. Like, I didn't expect so many in the party just to be like, yeah, we are going to the capital, and that being the choice, essentially half the party would have just disappeared. If they all would have gone to the capital, that would have been the bad ending of the campaign. It was just like, yep, you left and everything died, and like, you're basically too late for, like, you got an army to deal with whatever might have possibly happened here, but that army is still like a, like, it's too late for that to be useful, because, you know, the shit that you needed to protect is already gone. Because between you and me, guys, if they wouldn't have done that and their house would have died, which has the gateway to the Fey Realm, it would have spread to the Fey Realm. And it was a... I kind of had put a lot of foresight into it, explaining what the blight in the Feywild was, which is essentially like a disease that is corrupting the Feywild slowly, and there's like, they know how to fix it, but there's like no way to do it right now. They don't have a way to do it, and the corruption that's happening is like people on the outside bringing that blight into the real world through some very interesting means. Like, they're just bringing like parts of it, so it's like, so it forms like the ash like snow, and it's just slowly bleeding into the real world, killing everything. And if they don't stop it before the blight fully forms, which is in a week after it kills the thing that it's infecting, because it's like a very slow beginning to like affect things. Like if they can stop it at its source, that's what matters. And it takes like a few days to travel to where they need to go and stuff. But if they don't stop it within that time, ripperoni pepperoni, the blight has reached the real world, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, you can try to, like, they don't have the same defenses as the Feywild has. Feywild has a lot stronger creatures able to defend it, but they do not. So if they don't stop it, they're basically, they would need to evacuate the entire material realm in simplest terms. Hey, see, it was worthwhile going here. I like this story. Godpoil brought a chick with him, home with him. It just makes little chirps and follows me around, and it's just the cutest thing ever. Da-da-dum bum ba-da-bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum bum bum. So yeah, that was just kind of my D&D day yesterday. I would have missed that if I hadn't gone through that entire thing.
完成したところで本日はどんなご
Why is it taking so long? I can do this. Fluorite.
ありがとう
How you doing, Paco? I haven't spoken with you since I got real sick.
さて
魔王の正体につ
分かった
I'm good. I've pretty much recovered. I'm still like a little bit. Hey, is my nose? No. Okay, I'm still. My nose is still a little bit like clogged, and you might be able to hear it on my voice. I'm not sure. This is really uncomfortably bright. But other than that, I'm pretty good. I feel healthy. I feel good. Well, you know, as healthy as I can be, being slightly sick still. But you know, I'm recovering. It's probably the right words I should use. It's really funny that I'm just. Technically seen, I could switch to a stronger weapon, but I don't really see a reason to do. This one's been nice to me, speed-wise, I guess. Can try another weapon, out of curiosity, I guess. Weapons. I'm gonna use it. Probably, ooh, Labyrinth Song. Let's do, ooh, that looks nice. Noise. Probably Labyrinth Song, which means if I'm gonna use that, I want to. Didn't really like how the. Didn't really like how. What's it called? The spears handled. Don't really have better versions of this, but I will go now here. Oh, I didn't, yeah. I guess what I'll do is this one. Didn't realize I could do that. Alright, I can do that, I guess. It's a really weird sword, but I'll do it. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I'm not a huge fan of like the fucking all of the massively fantasy-like weapons, I guess. Like I don't hate them. Like I don't know. I genuinely just enjoy looking at practicality in the weapons. Like why would you use them and stuff? So slow though. Yeah, I should probably put. Did I put? What? Yeah, I put it on all the things. But yeah, I'm pretty good though. I don't feel bad or anything. I'm feeling healthier than I did a while ago. I always feel like I got a bunch of slime in my throat. That's mostly it. Yeah, I don't really feel like the spear does that much damage overall. I just feel like... Sure, it has a high attack power, but like it requires you to do a gazillion damage. A gazillion attacks. I don't know, that might just be me. That was really weird to do that. I guess it maybe adds a little bit of interest to the combat, I guess, but it's unnecessary to a very high extent. I think it just depends on how you like to play things. I enjoy two-handed weapons a lot in games, but like this feels more like I'm swinging around a hunk of metal than I'm swinging around a sword. If you're talking about effective weaponry like that, you're literally just destroying the blade that way. But the only thing you're doing is just hitting the fucking ground with it. It's never gonna keep sharp. Well, not that you're gonna need a lot of sharpness with it, that is. But you know, not a fan of that. Other than the effect, other than the fact that how ineffective it is to hold it like this, how heavy it would be for you. Like if you're holding it, sorry, if you can hold it like that, swinging it is not like it really depends. Are you easily holding it like that, or are you struggling to hold it? Sure, I would believe the swings if you're struggling. Yes, but then you shouldn't be using it. You're just leaving yourself open for attack so much. I guess I think about this stuff because I used to be in kind of that kind of group. I can see that the thing I wanted to check out isn't there. Alright, I just wanted to give him one more check for, like, eagle egg. Eagle egg! Ah, that. There's the last bits of the beer. Why you do that shit to me? You don't even hurt me. I kill you. Not the other way around. There we go. With how much this game essentially requires you to be like kind of ready to deal with everything around you kind of scenario, it's like spears feel kind of like they're not exactly the weapon of choice in this game. But you know, I think, like as I said, it is up to people. Spears are easier again in one-on-one opponents. They can be decent in versus multiple, but like the thing is, like, the only effective part of a spear is the pointy end. To kill, that is. You can do a lot of things with the actual length of the spear itself, but like you're gonna also have a lot of people that might like common tactic if you're experienced enough is just to grab the spear. I've done that. At one time we had I was in a practice with a bunch of newbies. They were like, because I hadn't attended, I was kind of returning to the group a little bit as I hadn't been in the group for a while, and they were like, oh, like, and the guy that was a part of the group, like the lead of the group, he introduced me and told them that I was one of the better fighters they had way back when I was a part of it. I was like, yep, cool, thank you for that introduction. I'm decent with the sword. I've done a lot of weird crap with it. Because I used to be like the kid that, you know, I loved playing with sticks, and I used to pretend always they were swords, so it was essentially always just kind of swinging some sticks around. Always like kind of sword fighting with my friends and stuff. So I was pretty decent at it. And I'd done all sorts of crap, and really the biggest difference was after I started training with like a group, I got used to using actual like correct weighted weapons, like, because I actually own a sword that I used during that time and stuff. And they challenged me to fight at one time. They were like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll fight you all. And they were like, oh, all of us? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Easier than just going all like fucking like one-on-one. It's kind of like three-on-one. I got a lot more experience, and you know, if you beat me easily, then that just shows how rusty I am. But if I beat you, it just shows you guys that you guys need to train a lot more, because you can't beat a guy that hasn't properly done this stuff in like 3 years. They're like, oh yeah, okay, fuck this egotistical bastard. And they were like, all right, we're gonna beat the shit out of you, old fuck. Because they were a lot younger than me. Like, I think I was like, well, not all of them. Like, a few of them were like, I think 3 years to 4 years younger than me. Some of them were around the 18-year-old, and like I think I was 23 around the time. Like, it's a long time ago. It was before you like started streaming again. However, it was kind of hilarious because we went to fight, and one of the guys uses a sword and a shield. One used the sword and an axe, which is a common thing in Viking, but like combat stuff. And one used a sword and a sax, a sword and it was a sword and shield, sword and an axe, and a spear. And the funny thing was, like, technically seen, if I wanted to be smart, I would have picked a sword and a shield, because I was 3 versus 1, and I should have played a defensive game. I was just like, I decided to do something that they normally don't do at all in this kind of stuff. I used 2 swords, 2 Nordic swords. Now, normally you don't do that, because, you know, they're about a kilo weight. Their weight is about a kilo, and like, unless you're ambidextrous with weapons and stuff like that, it's not going to be very useful for you. One of them is mostly going to be defensive weapon, I guess, and that's why it's usually better to have a lighter weapon in your arm. So if you play D&D, and like technically seen, if you're thinking about it, like, oh, why are you dual wielding with a light weapon? Like, technically seen, like, you got to be real good with both of your hands to be able to effectively wield 2 long swords. And you gotta be real fucking strong, man. Like, if you're gonna use it a lot. Because, like, actual combat normally doesn't last for more than, like, if combat is lasting a lot longer than a minute, that's a long as fuck combat. And that's normally in a 1v1 situation. It's understandable it lasts longer when you have a lot more than one opponent. But if your combat with one, like a 1v1 that lasts for more than, like, 1 minute, that's considered long. Fucking 5 minutes fucking takes forever. But the thing that happened was I took two long swords, essentially two Nordic swords, which are shorter than long swords. They're 90 centimeters. It was my own sword and the sword of the Jarl of the group, and we went and started sparring. Now they just approached like they should, like they kind of try to overwhelm me, but like essentially the first thing I did was the guy with the spear went for me, and I just kind of dodged and wrapped my arm around the spear and just kind of like thrusted it into his chest, made him fall backwards. And I did that while I was kind of like strafing to the side, and then I just like ripped the spear out of his hands. So and it was just lying on the ground there. And as I just passed by him, I just tapped him in the chest. Basically, immediately one guy out. And they were like, all right, this guy knows what he's doing. And after that, I was essentially just fending off the two guys. And in this situation, you're not going to be standing still a lot. You're going to be moving most of the time. So what I did was, I was kind of just like slightly jogging as I was kind of fighting them off. And it was not a short fight at all. They did their best. And I mean, like, it was not like an easy thing for me to win though. It was like, but I managed to win. And it was mostly due to the fact that, like, sure, they were working as a team, and normally when you work as a team in that situation, you work as a shield wall, so you move adjacent to each other, or kind of like try to corner me out. But the thing is, and this was kind of the reason why I picked two long swords, was there were two of them, and two long swords. A Nordic sword has a better reach than a sax or a axe, so I used it to fend them off, basically swing to the sides and parry with one while I was kind of parrying with the other. But basically through essentially a battles of will and like stuff like that, like I was surprised I outlasted them in stamina. But I think because I was more aggressive than they overall, I think after they saw me beat one of them immediately, they went to a more defensive stance. So I just slowly but surely outbeat them both. Because I think at one point I kind of like dropped the sword and the guy with the axe kind of swung at me, and I grabbed the axe and I just stabbed him, and he was like, alright. Took him out that way. And I did a tactic that some people use. If you don't have a shield, you can use against people with shields. It's kind of hard because you need to be very undefended when you're doing it. Apocalypse divided the world into two, one that knows day and one that knows night. Basically what I did was I grabbed the shield. Now, I've done that kind of thing with a shield. It's called basically a shield hook. You can do that without actually... You can do that basically without, like with a shield. Basically what you do is you just kind of... You can't do it with a kite shield, or it's a lot harder because like kite shields are held much differently. Because you don't hold like a kite shield with because you hold a kite shield a lot differently than you hold a round shield. Because a round shield is held only in the middle. There's no like straps to hold it to your hand, while kite shields have hand straps to hold it still. Basically, a kite shield is a much more secure form of defense, but like you move a lot more restricted. Your whole thing is like you basically walk like this and are fighting like you don't like open yourself as much. I know that because I had to one time we got a guest from another group from I think a knight from Norway, and there was like a group there that really liked there were like reenactors of knights, a knight reenactment group, and they fight a whole lot differently than Vikings. So it was a very interesting and fun thing to do, like way differently. But and that fight, I think that was the best like skill-wise fight that I've ever had, because I didn't have a shield that fight because I forgot mine at home, and we were fully on par the entire time, and because I didn't have a shield. And I had a stick sword at that time, while he had a real sword, so I had to also kind of have that in mind. So basically, I had to play a very aggressive game against them, against the guy, to try to get past them, because I had no defenses, and he could like basically turtle up if he needed to. But yeah, just to finish the other thing. The guys were impressed that I managed to beat 3 of them at once. It was a fun social fun experiment, but they were impressed that I managed to beat them, and I was like, and I told them that they were good. I think that, and I told them just the biggest difference here is like the experience in, not necessarily in how we're wielding our weapons and stuff like that. It's just experience with fights. Because like I had done before. This is not my first time fighting multiple people at once. Because I had like often when we did like group combat practices, and we had essentially something where you would pick an opponent, like everyone, like it was an all for all, everyone, and we also had like, you would pick an opponent fight and then you would move on to the next one after you beat. You were not allowed to backstab or anything like that. The thing about that was, often when we had the all for one thing, which was called Betrayal Ring, because I was, like I said, I was decent with a weapon. Like, I was decent at this stuff. Because I essentially just, that was the only thing I did for a long time in my childhood, just fight things with. So I really enjoyed like copying techniques from like things I saw, like shows and stuff like that, experimenting with things. So I was very unorthodox and kind of fast. Because I was small, man. I was like a small thin kid. I was not the fatty I am right now. And it worked in my favor quite a bit. Still does in a lot of manners. But my biggest, I think my biggest weakness was my shoulder, because I've broken my shoulder bone here, and it hurts from time to time. It's probably my biggest weakness in that. And also, like, when you stress it a lot, like it can kind of put a strain on my arm if used for long. My knees are also kind of like weak spots as well. Like I have a thing there. I'm like, essentially, like, if I get hit in my knee, it hurts a lot more than it does for the normal person. It's like a lot more sensitive to pain, is the easiest way to describe it. But yeah. Often in those betrayal rings, I was usually crowded. Like, there was one time where everyone went for me, and that was, they made a pact beforehand. I watched them make the fucking pact that they were all gonna go and fight me. They were all gonna take me out. They just decided, because I was usually the winner out of those things. And I was like, guys, like, that's still so unfair, guys. Like, you're crowding on me, like. Because I used to go, like, when I was attending that stuff, I used to usually arrive half an hour earlier than everyone, half an hour to an hour earlier than everyone. Because this was, like, free. We were just a reenactment group, and, like, there was no price to be in it or anything like that. It was just all, like, kind of, you wanted to be a part of it, you could. And, like, I was one of the youngest members there. If not the youngest. I think I was the youngest. I was 15 at the time. Yeah, I was the youngest. So, I was the youngest to be allowed to use a sword in the group also. But, what happened was, they all went for me because they were just annoyed having lost all the time. And I was like, guys, just, alright. Like, come on, still kind of unfair. But the thing is, a part of my training program was, I had this huge-ass 5 kilo steel pipe. Like, it was about the same length as a sword for us. And the thing about it was, every time before practice, because we used it in practice just to kind of like strengthen our arms for swings. It was like way too heavy to be used practically, but like it strengthened your arm up a whole lot. So what I did normally before practice was I spent about half an hour just jogging around the training field, which was pretty big. It was like a, I don't know, like a 50-meter diameter circle. I jogged around the training field holding my shield, which is 5 kilos on one arm, and holding the 5 kilo steel pipe in the other arm, and I deliberately swing them side to side to kind of distribute the weight over. Like, I was never really the strongest one there, but my arms were very used to swinging the weight of swords a lot, so essentially what just happened was I had a decent amount of stamina and a decent amount of like I could use my shield arm and sword arm for a lot more. Like, I'm not like, I would not be categorized as kind of the traditional ambidextrous kind of thing, but there's like a weird thing with the dyslexic people that are able to use essentially their left arm for a lot of weird things. So while I'm not fully ambidextrous, I use my left hand for a variety of situations. For example, I use cutlery like a left-handed person, and I use my left hand for a lot of like miscellaneous tasks. But like, I can't write well with my left hand or anything like that. So essentially, as long as it isn't fine work, I can use my like left hand pretty effectively. And really, and because I was training every day, like every time we did this for like half an hour before them, and I would build up a decent amount of stamina, I outlasted them in the fight and won. It was hilarious and sad to watch at the same time, because I'm like, for all intents and purposes, I was not really supposed to win that whole thing. But, like, the tactic I used to win is a stall tactic. I essentially began the whole thing by sprinting in circles and around the entire training field, and which is not necessarily the best thing to do, but the initial sprint got like a lot of the other people that didn't do as much pre-training and stuff like that, building up stamina, they got them winded a lot faster. So I got a bunch of people winded down, and I just slowly but surely just kind of picked people off. They tried to like circle around me and corner me or get from each side, but the thing is, like, if I really needed to fuck the sky falls with the dragon, the world ends this day. If I really needed to back out of a thing, what I did was just I backed up. Because I didn't have a wall behind me. I wasn't totally screwed if they got, like, if they tried to surround me. I just had to do what they didn't expect I would do. Just back up. There was a hill behind me, so I ran up the hill. And the entire fight, I was just in the hill fighting, just kind of fighting them. Which meant I had the upper ground, the higher ground, the high ground, and I also was running on more difficult terrains, so they should have been, they had an easier time keeping up with me. But I didn't sprint once I did that. I kept a stable speed. I think it was a group of, like, we were about 10 or 15 or something like that. So that can tell you how many people were trying to fucking kill me that one time. They're like, fuck this guy, he shouldn't win. And it was a long fight. It was way longer than 10 minutes. And I was running on adrenaline, I think, almost the entire time. That's just kind of what happens in that kind of situation. But I was really proud that I won. Basically, it was a battle of wills, as I would like to call it. It's just like they just went with, like, raw. Let's just try to, like, fucking not outmaneuver him, just like crowd him, and then let's have our own thing happen. And I was like, alright, how do I counter this? By making them all tired as fuck. I think the whole fight took like a half an hour or so. And, I don't know, it was ridiculous at one point. Like, at the beginning, I had like so many people running after me, and they tried to, like, surround me and stuff, and every time they tried, I just did a direct, like, immediate turn. So, like, I was running in one direction, and I just, like, slid to a stop and ran in the other direction, and because they were moving as a group, they essentially just stumbled around each other. Which means that, like, the group thing wasn't working in their benefit when it came to chasing me. And then after I think about 10 minutes of fighting, we were like 4 or 5 left then. And it was a long extended battle. It mostly went like I couldn't stop. If I stopped, they would essentially surround me and I couldn't move out of the way. But while I moved, I had the upper hand. Also, staying with on the higher ground also helped me, made it easier for me to defend, because I didn't need to defend my entire body. I only needed to defend my legs and kind of lower torso. So, you know, that made things a whole lot easier on my end, defense-wise. But I also had to, like, defend with both sword and shield, so, you know. This is far from being easy. I struggled the entire fight. But I was really proud of myself winning that. think the coolest thing was how I ended the whole thing was because I was running on basically just fumes most of the time. Like I was, it was adrenaline and stuff. But like for the finale, I was getting too tired to continue. Cause like I couldn't like, and at that point we were only like 2 of us, I think. There were 3 of us left by the end. I was getting too tired to continue. And they had stopped trying to run. They just tried to like, because there were only 2 of them, they just tried to move in a certain way that they might intercept me as I was moving, and I just had to predict it. So it was like tactically thinking where I need to go next and how to counter this. But by the end of it, I was like too tired, so I slid to a stop and I dropped my shield. And he didn't expect that, the first guy, so what I did was he was gonna go and swing at me. And I fucking grabbed his shield and like spun him in circles. Like I spun him around and stabbed him in the back. He was like, didn't expect me to stop because I was turning towards him the entire time, and then I just suddenly stopped. And he was like, what? No, what is happening here? And as he stopped, he was like, saw me just drop the shield and go for a swing, but it was a feint, so he went to dodge, went to block, because like normally dodging isn't as effective as oh, that didn't kill him. Dodging isn't as effective as just purely blocking in this kind of combat, because you're just wasting energy. So I grabbed the shield and fucking just forcefully made him turn his back to me, and I stabbed him in the back, and he was like, fuck! And the last guy that was left, he was all the way to the other side of the field when he saw it. He was like, oh no, and he decided to sprint towards me. And I decided to sprint towards him just with no shield, and he was like, oh, no, alright. Slid to a stop and got ready to swing at me. And I think I was just running on just adrenaline at that point. Because I wasn't really, stopped really thinking tactically by that point. I was like, alright, it's time to, like, I need to just, instincts need to take over right now, because I don't have the energy to do this. So what I did was, and it's so dumb I did it, I went for a nosedive when I got to him. He went to swing for my waist, like for a waist size, because like, I was most open there. It's harder for me to dodge that when I'm coming at sprinting and like not where my sword is not like in my, like at my upper torso level. He just went for my legs, and for my waist or legs, and what I did, I nosedived forward, and I nosedived holding my sword so that it would hit like to my side, like crouched to my body, rolled, and just stabbed him fast, like in the back by just kind of standing up, turning, and swinging at the same time. It was unbelievable. And like it's a humble brag, if anything, and I totally understand if people don't believe the story, but it is a source of pride for me. But I remember essentially getting so exhausted when I defeated him. I just basically stood up. I was standing there just after having slashed him in the back. I walked. I just kind of did like a victory thing. Stood like, yeah, fuck yeah. And I remember the Jarl. He was just kind of like laughing to himself, because it was like about an hour. Like there was about, I think, 20 minutes since the practice ended. So he was just like there to watch it at that point. And he he was laughing and was kind of congratulating me as I was walking like, yeah, and he just saw me like collapse forward. I was so done. I didn't have energy to stand up after it. I was that done. Because they could conserve power a lot more than I could. Tactically, the best thing they could have done was to just just tire me out. They could have. But after that whole thing, they were like, alright, if you could beat all of us this way, then you deserve this fucking crap, man. But like, fuck you, though. They were like, you deserve some credit for beating all of us, man. That's a little bit cool, but I could sense a lot of frustration that time. I think that also kind of played into why I stopped going. Because I don't necessarily think I was a lot better than, like, these guys or anything like that. I just think I put a little bit more effort into it than a bunch of them. And I think I felt just kind of slightly alienated by the... Like, because some of the guys that I fought were just built tanks, essentially. They were not speed guys. They were just supposed to be there and take, like, they could block the shit out of you. They were like, I don't know, pounds, like, fucking 150 to 200, like 150 kilos, some of them. Plus that, I like wrestled with guys twice my size. Like 40-year-old construction workers and shit. And like I never won the wrestle matches, but that did make me decently good in Icelandic wrestling. So, you know, there's that. But I wasn't alienated or anything like that, but you could kind of feel a certain amount of tension when like, kind of the level of effort is shown so differently, I guess. Because I think a bunch of them had like good potential to like be as good as me, or maybe like better in some fields, just better than me in general. Because I did not consider myself the best one there. I think the biggest thing I had to my advantage was just like I thought tactically while I was fighting. I was just kind of always trying to figure out like how I could kind of come out of the situation, and I did not win everything I did. I just won a lot of fights I did. Weirdly enough, I think I did better in a crowd situation than on one-on-one situations, often. These guys are fucking sturdy as shit. Didn't know there was another guy there. But yeah, I think definitely there were guys that could definitely be like, could definitely rival me if they just put in the extra effort. And also just, I think it's a question about, like, just how dedicated you are to learn, like, not just try to be better or something, like, I just enjoyed fighting with swords and stuff like that, so I just wanted to be good at it. I think the most, quickest fight I did once was with a boxer. He was left-handed, which does not help in the situation when you're against. It's both a weakness for both the right-handed one and I feel great today. No cough, no fever. Watch it well because Yon's coming out to play. Because it's essentially a big weakness for the right-handed person because the left-handed person is more used to fighting people are more used to fighting people right-handed people, which means they're basically vulnerable side is usually open to the enemy, so they are better at defending against it. It's just, you know, makes sense. The thing is, like, the difference is the big difference between box and sword fighting in this sense is they have a similar posture, but like there's a slight difference to it, at least. While boxers are a lot more mobile with their feet, sword fighting is a lot more stable, like grounded. There's a reason for that. And we went to fight, and we were talking about it, and it was like a small circle fight, and he was discussing that it was very similar, and he could probably just use the same tactics. And I told him that, like, there's a reason why we use it, why we fight this way, and I'll demonstrate. And I mean it. And as soon as they said start, I won, because I stabbed him immediately in his open side, and he didn't really notice how fast I stabbed him. It's because all of your just stabbing power comes from your legs and stuff like that, and when your legs are not grounded properly for the fight, in this situation you can't pull out the extra speed you need from, like, because basically your stabbing and your swings, you drive that extra power from your legs, and if you don't do that, it's gonna be heckin' slow, essentially, comparatively. So essentially what I just did was, as soon as they said start, I just pushed with my leg and stabbed at the same time with, like, to just give the bonus speed to my thing, and they just didn't expect me to be that fast. And I was like, that's the difference. That one little thing here is the difference. And it's a very important difference, because you can't rely on this exactly the same tactics when you're fighting with your hands as you're fighting with weapons. Because essentially, I've had fist fights, and, like, because I only know how to fight with weaponry, like, I've just used the stuff I know how to use, like, as reference. So I just kind of fight that way. Those fights that those few times I've had a fisticuff fight. Well, that's essentially like a defensive left arm and a offensive right arm, just kind of like you wield a sword and a shield. And which, by the way, it's not a lot of fisticuffs I've had. I can count them maybe on one hand. But also, like, I've learned some slight Icelandic wrestling techniques and stuff like that, so that also helps. And I'm pretty maneuverable. But when you're using, like, a weapon, you need to use your entire body for, like, a lot of things. So basically your weakest attacks are going to be when you can't utilize your legs properly. So being essentially running in circles is very not beneficial for you in a fight at one-on-one, because it's going to tire you out. But when you're against a bunch of people, it's going to be fine. But in a situation where you're just, like, one-on-one, you want to be able to use the full potential of your body to fight, which means most of your swings use your leg power to deliver heavy blows. I don't know why I got into it. Oh, a samurai outfit. I don't know why I got into attention about that. It was just fun to talk about. It's a fun story. I don't know, like, I don't specifically want to brag about it in any way, but, like, I just enjoyed telling it. can I put? Can I put how to switch outfits? Nier Replicant. Switch outfits. How to change outfits? Tile an options menu. Okay, options menu. Oh, you need to go to the title screen to do it. That's kind of silly. That's fine. I think I'm gonna do this stuff and I will probably call it after that. The mailbox was empty today. I hope I get a letter from Godpoil tomorrow. But yeah, I just enjoy that story. Ooh, I just enjoy that story mostly, not necessarily as a bragging point or anything like that. It's just like, back when I was actually doing this stuff, I enjoyed the fact that I was good at it. And it was a fun thing to be good at, but like, there was no like I was really young I was like young at the time when I was most into stuffs, and like I was invited to go to like a Polish Viking festival thing, but I don't think I was old enough to actually take part in the actual fight. But they wanted me there because they like saw me with deemed that I had a bunch of potential to take part in it. I know they wanted me to be in the team a lot more, but like as I said, there was a while because I took part, like I was a part of the kind of like I ended up being voted as the secretary for the thing, which was kind of cool. But like after getting slightly alienated by the like, or feeling like kind of like outcasted in some ways, it was sometimes just more of a it kind of resulted in me just backing out a lot more. And like the thing is, our group didn't have a great reputation with another group, which essentially was the group before ours. And like I don't really have an interest in joining that group because like they basically shit talk the group we are from, because the guy that founded our groups was originally in that, and he decided that he didn't like how the things was going in there and he wanted to make his own, so he did, and guys in the other thing didn't like it. So, and I don't know, I just don't want to be in a group where they shit talk the people that like, you know, help me get into the thing and like be good at it and stuff like that. So I just kind of lost interest in being a part of those kind of teams. Especially since, like, I just don't think, like, you should be shit-talking or anything like that in this kind of community. I just don't think you should be assholes in general. We're, like, should be friendly, working together to do cool shit, not, like, be assholes. I still do a little bit of sword practices in between here when I can. And it is nice to do from time to time. I remember the movements. But yeah, but I do remember that they wanted me to be a bigger part of a lot of the stuff they did. But you know, I think about the time when I stopped attending, I had been there for 2 years. I was 16 at the time, like just before 16 or something like that. And I was like a regular member of the whole thing. Before that, I was like the one that I went to every practice and put extra effort. So you know, it's kind of sad that I kind of didn't feel like at some points welcome in some ways, because I know for a fact that some people like try to like find excuses for me sometimes to get disqualified out of a thing, because I had like there were like at least 2 or 3 issues where I remember some people being like this one guy, because I normally when I was in it I was only wearing a t-shirt, and like we had a rule that we were not supposed to be wearing stuff that like could easily get caught in things, because like if you get like if it gets stabbed but it only hits like the outfit and just pulls at it, like that should still count, but like you don't notice when that happened, so there's no way for you and it's kind of like he said she said kind of shit, and like that was very often like claimed on me by one specific individual in the group. And I was like, bro, like it can't be every time we're fighting that this shit is an issue. Like I'm not even wearing that like shit that can do that right now. I'm only wearing a fucking t-shirt, nothing else, and it's not like too big on me. If anything, it's too tight. What the fuck are you talking about? I always had that kind of issue with like at least one dude. But to be a good sportsman, I just decided like, fuck it, I'll back out. So like I ended up often having to essentially forfeit because of that kind of stuff. And it sucks when you just have somebody that's just blaming you for some shit you didn't like, blaming you for stuff like that because it's like, oh, because we don't like you and we just want you to lose. Because, like, it's not about winning or losing in the end. It's just about being better at what we're doing. Better swordsman, yo. Ah, shit. This fucking fight, man. This shit. Oh, my lord. This is tough to survive. Oh, hydrate and everything. All right, I'm gonna do that once things calm down a little. Oh my god, I keep getting like, it's not that I'm not trying to dodge here, but it's kind of hard to do it effectively when there's so much crap coming at you from everywhere. Fucking try to dodge that, you motherfucker. There we go. Fucking die, motherfucker. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't have any healing potions left right now. Alright, this is fucking... Oh, my lordy bordy. Alright, I think I need to have a different meta. What? No! Fuck me. That should not have hit me. Fuck off. Ugh. I did enjoy my times in that. The only thing I'm kind of sad about it specifically is that like it's not really skills I can use too much outside of that hobby. So like I'm just like, oh, well, so I know how to do this stuff now. But I do not regret it in any way.
どうした？
何か
わか
Thank you for all of those things, Paco. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel that I'm just kind of sad that I don't have too much use for those skills outside of the outside of that specifically. It's partially like I've just enjoyed sword fighting in all sorts of forms. That's partially why I just love to I love to study the ways they fight in games and stuff like that, how they swing and stuff. I remember when I was a kid, I used to like try out everything they did in in the games. Like, oh, he does this kind of stuff. Like, how does like actually work as a fight though? Like, how do you work if you're actually fighting someone? And I tried a bunch of it like in the practices. Which, by the way, weirdly enough, I found that the fighting style of Nightmare in Soul Calibur is decently effective if you simplify it a little bit to make it actually viable for, you know, people to do. You're a bit more open than you would normally be, but I think you could remedy that by having a if you were wearing plated armor that would be not necessarily as heavy, probably a little bit lighter, or at least a pretty heavily plated gauntlet. And you could have on the gauntlet essentially just a thicker layer of steel to kind of give it a essentially like an arm, like a shield that's just fitted for the arm, but it's like fitted onto the gauntlet, just essentially an arm gauntlet here. Essentially a shield that is fitted onto the bracer. A shield that's fitted onto a bracer. I think that could possibly work decently effectively. I do remember that I tried, like, I did try those a few of those fighting styles. It doesn't like maybe unless you specifically master it and stuff like that. It doesn't work on its own, but if you can combine, take a few of the tactics out of it and actually use it effectively. Like I remember incorporating like one of the combos into an actual like swinging technique. So that kind of like throws people off because it's a heavy uppercut. So like, because you turn your entire body for it, and like it bashes underneath the shield of a person if he's blocking. So it's incredibly uncomfortable. I don't know. It was just kind of fun. But I don't think I'm gonna go too much further today. It's getting 2 o'clock. We started a bit later than normal, and that's fine. But also, it's like I'm still not fully recovered and stuff, so kind of want to take things slowly. I want to thank everybody that popped by and stayed with me this stream. It was a very chill stream and a very like calm chat-wise stream overall. Like, not a lot of people showed up, but that's fine. It was just kind of that kind of day. I know that like Chris isn't even in town, so you know. But I want to thank everybody for watching, and have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys on Wednesday, hopefully with Kellen, but we'll see. It's gonna be starting later than it's gonna be starting to begin late. So like I would assume it's gonna start somewhere between 10, 11ish, and it's probably gonna be shorter than normal. Sorry about that. I don't know if me and Kellen will figure out like reschedule some things if we want to do anything else, or if we just like we'll just adjust our streams adjust the stream to kind of fit that. I know that it will be maybe a little bit easier to do once daylight saving times happens again, which is weird to ask for. But, you know, we'll see. But until then, my name is G20, or commonly known as Godpool, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.